What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm checking out my friend Vinny's brand new 2021 Ford F350 Platinum. So huge shout out to him for letting me check out his truck. Definitely follow him on Instagram because he's always getting in awesome cars and trucks like the one you see behind me. So definitely follow his page. But the model that you see behind me is finished off in a really nice silver, and they have an MSRP that's right around the mid to high $80,000 range. So let's go ahead and start off today's review with what powers this Super Duty. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesel engine paired with the 10-speed automatic transmission. This pumps out 475 horsepower around 2,600 RPM and a whopping 1,050 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,600 RPM. This truck is rear-wheel drive with the four-wheel drive system. The Super Duties weigh anywhere between 6,200 and 7,300 pounds. It also has a 0 to 60 time in the mid 6-second range, which is very impressive for the weight of this truck. And with the 8-foot bed, this has a fuel capacity of 48 gallons. This has an overall wheelbase of 176 inches. Its length is 266.2. It has a width of 96 inches, a height of 80 inches, and its maximum ground clearance is 8.5 inches. As we work our way to the exterior now for this Platinum Super Duty, I'm gonna start off with these headlights. So we have a massive housing. This is a big truck, so everything on the front end just has a large presence to it. But this has the LED headlights. You'll notice the DRLs surround the entire outside. Turn signal is right in the middle to nicely separate the high beams from the headlights. This also has fog lights that are mounted in the body colored bumper, which is a really nice touch to see. And you can see the trim work that surrounds those fog lights on both sides. As we work our way to the center here, you'll see the chrome tow hooks on both sides. Really nice large air inlet to provide maximum cooling to that engine, along with the air dam underneath it to help improve with better aerodynamics. When you're using this as a work truck and towing, that's definitely a must to have. You'll also notice too that there's more inlets in the grille here, which provides plenty of cooling to that engine. A really nice chrome trim piece surrounding the outside. And this has a forward-facing camera nicely integrated underneath the Ford logo, which is another plus for a massive vehicle like this. Gives you a lot of forward-facing visibility, which is really nice to see. You'll also notice there's some more chrome trim on the lower section of the grille here. And then as we work our way up to the hood, you can see Super Duty spelled out, along with a lot more contoured lines just to give it that aggressive look. For a truck like this, it gives it a great presence when it's going down the road. As we work our way to the side profile now for this Platinum, you'll notice right off the bat that this is not a stock truck anymore. This has a really nice set of 37-inch tires. They're 12.5 inches wide, and they wrap a 20-inch wheel. You can see they're finished off in black, which is a really nice contrast against this exterior silver. And to accommodate these massive tires, this has a 2.5 to 3-inch Carly suspension lift kit. So you'll see the full Fox shocks up front along with the reservoirs and all of the steering components, and then of course the Fox shocks in the rear. You'll also notice too that this has the Platinum F350 badge just behind the front tire, along with the 6.7 liter Power Stroke emblem, and we have the Power Stroke side mirrors. So basically you can use a button on the interior to move these out or in depending on if you're towing. You'll also see the turn signal. They have a spotlight underneath them as well. And you'll also notice a side-facing camera. So that's part of the 3D camera system, which I'll show later on this video. This model also has the full panoramic sunroof, which is really cool. You can see that extends the entire roof of the truck here. You'll also notice too that the side mirror caps have been wrapped in a satin silver. So that's a really nice touch, along with the door handles against this exterior silver. And then being such a massive truck, this has the power retracting side steps. So when you open and close the door, those will raise and lower, of course, making it easier to enter and exit. You'll also notice we have a really nice side proportional design for this truck, even with the large bed. Really nice lines running in the lower section of the door and just above the door handles. And then as we work our way to the rear end here, you'll see the side dual exit exhaust. And last up for this Platinum, you'll see the integrated backup camera at the top of the tailgate, along with the release. We have Platinum and Super Duty spelled out in this really nice brushed aluminum trim piece running right through the tailgate. You'll see the taillights on both sides, of course. All of the parking sensors are nicely integrated into the body colored rear bumper. This also has a towing capacity up to 21,000 pounds. And if you opt for the fifth wheel or the gooseneck, that bumps it up to around 35,000 pounds. Before we check out the interior, this truck does have remote start. So if I lock the vehicle, double tap on this button on the key fob, you can see how quickly that system works, which is really nice to see. If you do need to shut off the vehicle for whatever reason, you can double tap that button again. But now with the truck locked and the key in my pocket, all I have to do is grab the door handle. You can use this black button here to lock the truck when needed. And now we can move on to this door panel. You'll see it's completely covered in solid leather with really nice stitching. We have the grab handle along with the release handle conveniently placed right behind it. So it's hidden and out of use, but in a really nice spot to be able to use. Really nice black trim piece just behind that. you can see all the window controls along with the side mirror adjustments and the button to extend the side mirrors. We have lock and unlock along with all the memory seating adjustments. This truck also has the 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. You'll see a little bit of storage space right in the middle of the door and a lot of usable storage in the lower section, which makes it very convenient. As we work our way to the interior now, you'll see Platinum down on the door sill, and now we can move on to these black leather seats. They are heated and ventilated. You can see Platinum right in the center, along with more of that stitching. Really nice insert to them, along with really great side bolstering support. And then down on the side, you'll also notice we have all the automatic controls for moving the seat forwards and backwards and reclining it. And then also we have the massaging function, which is really nice to see. And now that we're inside with my foot on the brake, it's time to start this up. And then coming back to the gauge cluster, you'll see on the left side is the tach, on the right side is the miles per hour, and then running across the top, you'll see some fixed information like your fuel gauge and some other temperatures. And then just below that, there's this large LCD screen where you can use these buttons on the left side of the steering wheel to go through a lot of information. So right now you can see My View, which is basically like the home screen, and you can put some information on here that you use the most and you want to see the most as well. You can also look at trip and fuel information along with the truck information. So looking at your tire pressure, your speedometer, different temperatures, and anything that you want to monitor. You can scroll over to towing and look at all of that status. So when you have something hooked up, you can make sure it's properly secured and you have everything ready to go for that. You can also pull up the off-road, so you can look at pitch and roll along with the degrees of the steering wheel. So as I turn the steering wheel right now, you can see exactly where they are in relation to going straight. And then you have some settings to go into. You can configure all of these technology features that come standard on this truck, turning them on and off. And as we work our way to the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in solid black leather with more of that stitching that you saw earlier just to tie it in nicely. Very nice brush trim piece running throughout it as well. Over on the left side, you can see all the cruise control settings. On the right side, there's volume for the radio, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. And then as we work our way to the left side of the steering wheel now, you'll see down at the very bottom, we have the pedal adjustment. So I can put these forwards and backwards depending on my height, just to make it a little bit more comfortable. You can also open up the tailgate. Right above that is all the headlight controls along with the fog lights. We also have the lights for the mirrors that I mentioned earlier. So those spotlights up underneath. There's also one air vent. You can see leather on the dash, a little bit of storage space right in the center. And then just below that, this is the 8-inch screen. So this is a touchscreen system. The way you have audio, you can go into the climate and control all of that, of course, with the dual zone climate control system. You have fan speed, temperature that you can easily adjust where you'd like the air to go and all of that. There's also the phone. You can pull up the navigation in full screen, any apps that you want to go into, and then settings is the last page. So you can go through your nav, your clock, all that information and get that set up to your liking. And then as we work our way above that, you'll see the engine brake, which you can turn on and off, along with traction control. We have the hazards, a downhill assist control. There's also the lane keeping assist, which you can turn on and off. And then the last button is a shortcut to the camera system. So right now you can see the top-down view on the right side, along with the forward-facing camera on the left side. If I push on these three buttons here, now we can pull up a lot more. So you can see the full screen for the forward-facing camera. You can see a split style for the forward-facing camera, just a little bit different of an angle. And then if I push on this last one, you can see the rear-facing camera. So when you have things in the bed, you can monitor anything that is in the bed, which is really nice to see. And then by putting the vehicle into reverse by using the column-mounted shifter, that will pull up our other rear-facing camera. So you have two different angles basically, along with that top-down view. And now that we have the rear-facing camera, you can actually look at the camera system for the side mirrors and adjust this left and right depending on the visibility that you need and how long your trailer is. You can clearly see around the entire back of this vehicle, so it's very nice. It helps with not having to have a spotter. As we work our way below that, you'll see volume for the radio along with tuning on the right side, all of the presets and a few more controls right in the middle. Over on the left side, there's the four-wheel drive selector, and then on the right side, you can see there's a 12-volt along with a 3-prong outlet if you need to use that. And then down at the bottom is all the climate controls. So there's physical buttons for this, so you don't have to be in that screen up above. We have the temperature for driver and passenger, where you'd like the air to go, fan speed right in the middle. And then on both sides of that, you can see the heated and ventilated seat controls. And then back on the left side, you'll see the trailer braking system along with the trailer backup. So if you've never towed before, or you just need some help in backing up, that will assist you, which is really nice to see. And then moving on to this compartment here, if I open this up, you'll see a wireless charging port along with a USB and a USB-C port and a little bit of storage space on the back side. And then working our way to the center here, there's a lot of storage space over on the left side, 2 cup holders over on the right side. And then this is the remote for the air suspension in the rear. So this is an aftermarket option, of course, but this makes it very easy to level out the truck, and you can basically have it at whatever height that you want, depending on the load, which is really cool to see. And then as we work our way to the center armrest now, you'll see it's finished off in leather, and there's a ton of space in here for all of the items that you need to place, making it very versatile. And then over on the passenger side, we have 2 glove boxes. I can push this button here and you'll see there's a good amount of storage space up top. And then we have the normal glove box down below, along with a smaller shelf up top. So definitely plenty of storage space for your front seat passengers. We'll take one last look at these seats, which have a really nice design to them. And then as I mentioned earlier, this does have a full panoramic roof, so I can use this control up top here to go ahead and open this up. And you'll notice with that all the way open, that provides a lot of light for the interior, which is really nice to see. Also up on the top, we have all these auxiliary switches. So if you're using this as a work truck and you want to hook up lights or compressors, anything like that, you have factory switches here to hook it up, which is really cool to see. You'll also notice that we can slide open the rear glass. There's a sunglass holder in front of that. And then we have the dome lights and the sunshade as well. Now we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear seats for this F350, and these are known to have plenty of room for your backseat passengers. Right now you can see there are 2 child seats along with some storage right in the middle, and you can also fit a full-size adult in between both of these. There's that much room. There's also some really nice amenities for the backseat passengers. So these seats are heated. We have some auxiliaries so you can charge some items. There's a 3-prong outlet. You can see the cup holder storage space along with the air vents. Plenty of room down on the floor here for your leg room and everything like that. And then I'm gonna put up some panning shots here from some other Super Duties, just so you can see the versatility of the back seats. There's a lot that you can do with this truck. You can fold the seats down, fold them up. There's a lot of interior storage you can use, or you can use them for your kids, whatever work tools that you're using. And then last up for the Super Duty, if I just double tap this button on the bottom of the key fob, you'll see the tailgate open up. And you'll see with the larger bed here, you can definitely put in any items that you want to. This also has the 5th wheel mount, so that is ready to go if he needs to tow a lot more with this truck. It has a spray and bed liner to keep it well protected. Over on the driver's side, there's some outlets to use as well. And of course, this has the removable tonneau cover just to use this as some dry storage space if needed. This tailgate also has the step option in it, so you can use that to enter and exit the bed. If you're using this as a work truck and you're making multiple trips in and out, that just makes it a lot more convenient. And even having all of that in the tailgate, this is still pretty lightweight, making it very easy to close. All right guys, so we are now setting off in the F350 and we're with Vinny here. Now we've done a lot of Ford reviews for the channel, but we've never had an owner's perspective of this truck. So I think the first question that I want to ask you is why you bought this truck. And the reason that I want to ask that is because a lot of people think for the price of this, why are they so expensive? But they don't realize what you're getting for that price.
Right.
So what's one of the main reasons that you bought this truck even though it's expensive?
Sure. So I came out of a 4-door Tacoma, just like you guys have.
Yeah.
And
it's so small compared to this.
The back seat. That's what got me moving into something bigger was I've got a 2- and 4-year-old, and getting them in and out of the Tacoma was a lot more difficult, and then taking long road trips, it's just really tight. So
I can see that.
Yeah, so that's so this car, I mean, I could put my kids in the seat and have enough room to where my wife can drive, and I can actually get in around them and sit in the middle. Other than that, I also bought a farm, and I've got horses now, and you know, a Tacoma's not going to cut it, so here we are in the turbo diesel.
Yeah, and this truck offers a lot more, so just being like a great daily driver too.
That's right.
Do you drive this more than, well, it's probably your daily driver, right, compared to the other vehicles that you have?
Yeah,
this is like the go-to vehicle.
This is the go-to for sure. I mean, it's so comfortable. It connects Bluetooth seamlessly. Yeah. The sound system's in it, and it's great. It's just overall, it's just a great truck. And I love the tonnage. I mean, it's so big, you know, people tend to get out of the way. Yeah.
It's very luxurious on the interior too, with all the materials and everything.
It is.
It's just a nice, comfortable daily driver.
Right.
So if you're using this as a work truck, like Vinny does, towing, you know, trailers and what you have, but you want to drive this every single day, why not have the best of both worlds? So you have a really comfortable truck, and with over 1,000 pound-feet of torque here.
It goes.
Even with no trailer, we're up to the speed limit here, but how does it do towing? Like, what's the heaviest trailer you've ever put behind this?
I have not gone super heavy yet. I think I've gone 5,000 pounds so far, and I don't even know there's a trailer back there, to be honest.
For the Tacoma, you can feel 5,000 pounds. It's in the higher RPM range. It's almost to the max of the Tacoma.
Right.
So 5,000 for this is nothing.
I did a 4-hour drive recently up to the Greenbrier in Virginia, and I was towing about 5,000 pounds, and most of the trip I forgot there was something behind me. Yeah. On the on-ramps, I feel like I'm in one of my sports cars.
Yeah. Even with these 37s that you have on here, it's a pretty enjoyable ride. I mean, it's not loud, you can't hear the tires, but that's of course the choice of tire.
Right.
But this is a sweet truck. So it's awesome to get your perspective on it, because I normally just hop in it and tell people what they want to hear about it, but I don't have that owner's perspective.
Well, and I guess I'm a good owner to ask because I've owned such a wide spectrum of cars. I mean, everything from classics that I still own to Lamborghini Performante. So my taste of quality is kind of all over the place.
Right.
This, when I got in it for the first time, I was just so impressed by the quality that Ford is offering now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of the mecca of the trucks. Like, you know, come on, Chevy, and those are great too, but I mean, I just fell in love with what they've done.
Right.
I really did. Well, we're on some backcountry roads, and there's definitely some bumps, and it handles it pretty well, especially with this Carly suspension, Fox shocks. And obviously it's got the air ride now. Yeah, I didn't talk much about the air suspension, so you added that because of the weight that you tow, right? I did. Yeah, I had heard that the stock suspensions on these trucks, that's my only letdown with how they come out of the box, is it's a little bit of a cheaper suspension setup. Yeah. So putting this upgraded suspension to air ride has just made a world of difference.
Which is surprising, I guess, for the cost of it too.
It is.
And what it's built for, towing.
Right, that's correct.
Do you have any plans to use the fifth wheel?
I do.
To get a larger trailer?
So I've got a couple horses now, and I've got some other livestock coming, and you know, once in a while I need to transport them. So that'll be the next step, is getting something to tow them in.
Okay. This is definitely the truck to do it in.
It is.
I could see this being a great daily driver just because of everything that we've gone over so far.
The nice thing about the Platinum, and the reason I have it, is because I wanted to get the trimmer package, because it's kind of built out of the box. Yeah. Almost the way you want it. Yeah. But my wife really wanted the massaging seats. So it's not, you know, it's not a full-blown massage of going somewhere and getting a massage, but you know, for a long trip, just to get your blood moving in your body, it really helps.
I can feel it. I'm not used to that in vehicles. I can feel it going for sure.
I think you mentioned the view, but also I think the view, like,
with the roof,
with the roof and everything, it just feels like, so you feel like you're kind of present with the world. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's definitely really nice. So I can see the added value why these trucks are so expensive, because of what they offer, but I think that a majority of that price is just the capabilities of its towing.
Agreed.
But at the same time, you're getting luxury features that you don't see in pickup trucks, or I guess we haven't seen in pickup trucks. They're getting more and more luxurious, which is really nice to see, but more people are driving them every single day, so why not make it luxurious for being in it? All the hours you're going to spend inside of it just makes it much nicer.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. But I think that's going to wrap it up, you guys. Getting Vinny's 2021 Ford F350 Platinum out on the road. Once again, thank you for letting me check this out.
Absolutely.
Definitely follow him on Instagram. He's always getting in awesome cars and trucks, so definitely give him a follow. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. And we'll see you guys in the next video.